Climate refers to the long-term weather patterns of a region. These patterns include factors like temperature, precipitation, and wind. Climate change, however, signifies a shift in these long-term patterns. This shift is primarily driven by human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat and warm the planet. This warming effect has far-reaching consequences for our environment and our way of life. Understanding climate change is crucial. We must address its root causes. One significant factor is our carbon footprint, the amount of greenhouse gases we generate. A carbon footprint serves as a measure of our impact on the climate. It accounts for all greenhouse gas emissions associated with a product, service, or activity. This includes emissions from energy use, transportation, and industrial processes. By measuring our carbon footprint, we gain valuable insights. We can identify areas where we can reduce our environmental impact. This knowledge is essential for individuals, businesses, and governments alike. Reducing our carbon footprint is not just about environmental responsibility. It also presents economic opportunities. By adopting sustainable practices, we can create new markets and foster innovation. To effectively address climate change, consistent measurement methods are essential. This is where international standards and protocols play a crucial role. They provide a common framework for quantifying and reporting greenhouse gas emissions. The ISO 14064 family of standards, developed by the International Organization for Standardization, offers guidance on quantifying, monitoring, and reporting greenhouse gas emissions. These standards ensure transparency and credibility in carbon footprint reporting. Another widely recognized framework is the Greenhouse Gas Protocol, a joint initiative of the World Resources Institute and the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. This protocol provides a comprehensive accounting framework for businesses and organizations to measure and manage their greenhouse gas emissions. Life cycle assessment, or LCA, is a powerful tool for understanding the environmental impacts of a product, process, or service throughout its entire life cycle. This cradle-to-grave approach considers all stages from raw material extraction to production, use, and disposal. LCA helps identify hotspots of environmental impact, enabling businesses to make informed decisions about material selection, process optimization, and waste management. By analyzing the complete environmental footprint, LCA provides a holistic view of a product's sustainability performance. This approach helps businesses move beyond simplistic assessments and adopt a more comprehensive perspective on their environmental impact. Section 5. Corporate carbon accounting. Businesses taking charge. Businesses play a critical role in mitigating climate change. Corporate carbon accounting provides a framework for organizations to measure, manage, and report their greenhouse gas emissions. By tracking their emissions, businesses can identify areas for improvement. They can set reduction targets, implement energy efficiency measures, and invest in renewable energy sources. Corporate carbon accounting not only demonstrates environmental responsibility, but also enhances brand reputation. Consumers are increasingly conscious of the environmental impact of their choices, and they are more likely to support businesses that are taking concrete steps to reduce their footprint. Section 6. Emission factors and global warming potential. Emission factors represent the average amount of greenhouse gases released per unit of activity. For example, an emission factor for electricity generation would indicate the amount of carbon dioxide emitted per kilowatt-hour of electricity produced. Global warming potential, or GWP, measures the relative potency of different greenhouse gases in trapping heat in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is used as the baseline with a GWP of 1. Other gases, such as methane, have a much higher GWP, meaning they are more effective at trapping heat. Understanding emission factors and GWP is essential for accurate carbon footprint calculations. It allows for the conversion of different greenhouse gas emissions into a common unit, carbon dioxide equivalent, enabling meaningful comparisons and assessments. Section 7. The Paris Agreement, a global commitment. The Paris Agreement, adopted in 2015, is a landmark international treaty aimed at combating climate change. It brings together nearly 200 countries in a shared commitment to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The agreement emphasizes the importance of transparency and accountability in climate action. Countries are required to regularly report their greenhouse gas emissions and progress towards their emission reduction targets. The Paris Agreement has spurred global efforts to transition to a low-carbon economy. It has fostered international cooperation on climate action and encouraged the development of policies and technologies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Section 8. The importance of standardized methodologies. Standardized methodologies for carbon footprint quantification are essential for several reasons. First, they ensure consistency and comparability in reporting, allowing for meaningful comparisons between different entities and over time. Second, standardized approaches enhance transparency and credibility, building trust in carbon footprint data and fostering accountability. Finally, standardized methodologies provide a common language for stakeholders, facilitating communication and collaboration on climate action. This shared understanding is crucial for driving collective efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate climate change. Section 9. Conclusion: our collective responsibility. Understanding and measuring our carbon footprint is not just a scientific endeavor, it's a collective responsibility. By adopting standardized methodologies and embracing transparency, we can track our progress, identify areas for improvement, and work together to create a more sustainable future. Through individual actions, corporate commitments, and global cooperation, we can collectively reduce our impact on the planet and ensure a healthier, more resilient future for generations to come.